Anything that ends up in this video, these are his opinions and my opinions. I'm not co-signing what he's saying.
But if Michaela gets a whole load of
But if you're subscribing because of this, yeah, no, completely agree. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel featuring
Josh. Hi.
I convinced him that we should do a video together, so that's what's happening right now.
Yes, I am in the video.
Quality times. So, if any of you guys don't know Josh, he's a theatre director. I'm a theatre actress. So I thought we should do the musical theatre tag, which is probably really old, but am I ever on trend? No. So we're going to do the musical theatre tag together, and we're both going to answer the questions. I have a blog with the questions here. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Question 1. What was the first musical you ever saw?
I'm gonna say it was probably Lion King.
Lion King?
Yeah, it was Lion King. Remember my mum took me when I was 6, 7 years old, I think?
Actually no, 6, 7's probably just about old enough for Lion King.
Yeah.
Wait, did you sit in your seat for the whole thing?
I assume I did not, according to the stories I've heard from my mother. Although, to be fair, I think I did see it when it was the original cast. Not that I can remember that, but that was the first musical I ever saw. See,
I saw The Lion King when I was 14, 15, so I definitely didn't see the original cast.
Ew.
The first musical I can remember seeing is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, where my mum used to work, because I grew up not far from London. They used to do like work trips to the theatre, and I think she took me. I remember getting the coach. There was a coach. Yeah, I do remember the flying car. I think that's the only thing I remember. The film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is more in my memory.
Yeah.
Number 2, what was your favourite musical growing up?
Growing up or now?
Growing up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's count musical films in
Musical
this.
films as well, okay.
I think mine's probably going to be My Fair Lady. I think of all the musical films I grew up watching, that would be my favourite. If we're not counting like Disney films, which are kind of musicals. I'm
trying really hard, but I don't, because I just didn't engage with them that much.
You're all about the Shakespeare, were you?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I mean, I could name it the Shakespeare play that shaped my childhood. I suppose it would kind of have to be Mary Poppins. I know, right? Hashtag super sellout.
Oh no, Mary Poppins was great. Oh, maybe mine was more Mary Poppins than My Fair Lady then. I
think it's just, for me, it's the only reason I say Mary Poppins is because it's the only one I can actually remember even now, and not going back and watching in 20 whatever and thinking, what the fuck is this? And thinking, yeah.
Don't swear on my channel.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change my answer. I don't know, there were so many like movie musicals that I grew up with. It's definitely between those two. Yeah. Question 3, were you ever in a musical? Yes. For me, yes.
You were, yeah. I think...
You were in the film of Into the Woods as an extra.
Oh yeah, so I was in Into the Woods.
So that counts.
Yes, kind of. Yes.
I need to rewatch that to see if I can spot you. Can you see you in the film?
I think you can. I remember seeing it in the cinema. Because I do think you can see me like right at the very beginning, like the first or second shot in the film, which is like me leaning against a massive, great big trailer doing absolutely nothing. And that's pretty much it for the entire rest of the film. One of the places we were filming, I can't remember which one, there was a Caribbean shop like around the corner from it, so everyone snuck. So a few of us, not naming names, allegedly snuck off set and might have gone to the Caribbean place.
Oh, I want Caribbean food now.
There's one.
No, but that's the expensive one where it's like, and it's probably, I bet it's not even like Caribbean people in the kitchen.
Actually, to be fair, when I was there were. It's not.
I mean, being in London, you have no excuse.
Exactly. It's not like Southampton and Turtle Bay. Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. True. I did a trial shift in there, and the wait staff, the waiters and waitresses were like, "Oh my god, we have a Jamaican person in the kitchen now. It's great," and it's like, you're a Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sure there's great people in the comments going, "Oh, Michaela, it's actually Caribbean fusion. I think you're fired." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Musical I was ever in. I was in lots. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to bore you with my life story. Okay, so the next question is, what was your first musical you saw on Broadway? I've never seen a show on Broadway. Have you?
No, I've never been to Broadway.
Okay, so let's change it to the West End. First musical I saw on the West End, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I suppose again, Lion King.
Lion King.
That was the one.
Question 5. If you could be any female character in any musical, who would you be and why? I mean, at the moment, Sarah from Ragtime for me.
Fair enough. Wait, does it mean that I have to choose a female character for myself then?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know exactly who I would be. 100% Madame Morrible in
Oh yeah, you love Madame
I
Morrible.
do. She's great. She's great because every time I've seen a few different people play Madame Morrible over the years, just because I work for the company where the theatre is. And there was this one year, this person called Sue Kelvin played her, and she was amazing. She was almost worth the price of the show on her own. Just forget all your defying gravities and loathings. Just boom, Sue Kelvin, worth the price of entry. And if Sue Kelvin, you ever see this video, let's do a thing.
Are you using this to network for your directing career?
No.
Also, on a side note, I think the bustle would suit you.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I got a fat bum, so it would.
Well, it's just accentuate it, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Got to work with what God gave you. Yeah, for me, Sarah from Ragtime, I'd love to play that role. Which male character? I need to think about this one as well.
That's a trickier question. Because, no offence, men in musicals, but a lot of you are about as interesting as dishwater.
So you're not going to be saying Fiyero from Wicked then? Fiyero's more interesting in the book. He is. By far.
And he gets turned into...
I understand why, because you've got to condense a whole novel into like a 2-hour thing, and the women are far more interesting, which I prefer. I prefer the fact that the women are more interested in Wicked than the dude. I'm really struggling to think of a male role.
One eternity later.
Oh no, it's no, apart from the being a dude thing, it's nowhere near my casting. But I think it might be the mayor in Come From Away. That would be a fun role to play.
Oh my god, that would be incredible.
That would be fun.
That would be absolutely incredible.
Also, female Beverly Bass, because I just want to sing Me in the Sky.
Yeah.
For women.
Actually, I know who I would play. Max Bialystock in The Producers.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fun role.
That would be great.
Number 7, your favourite musical song to sing in the shower. Are you really expecting me to say 1? At the moment, it's kind of All You Want to Do from 6. I belted that out yesterday morning in the shower.
I know.
Oh, did you hear me? Sorry. Do you even sing in the shower?
No, mate, I don't sing in the shower.
If the spirit was going to take you and you were going to sing in the shower, what would it be?
What's that song called? The one from Come From Away, when they're in the pub.
Oh, it's not called when you're in, but you mean the da 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 da
yeah,
da da da.
Literally the happiest song to go into the West End possibly ever.
The screeching.
Screeching, yeah, that's the one. Screeching.
That's a banner.
It is.
Who is your favourite theatre actress? Audra McDonald. Queen. Also, Rachel Tucker, just because her Beverly Bass in Come From Away, I was like, oh, I could watch her for eternity.
Yes, you could, very easily. No, so could I. Non-stage, I'd probably have to say Diana Rigg.
I think this is specifically on stage, but okay.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll allow it.
But on stage, oh man.
Oh, but Imelda Staunton in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Though.
Imelda Staunton in anything.
In anything.
Yeah, screw it, Imelda Staunton. Boom, there we go.
Oh.
Done.
Actor.
Michael Shear, he's pretty great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, Arenze Kene, I'm going to say.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, but also, I can't remember his name. Who was the name of the man who played Hamlet in the RSC's production?
Pap. Sidiou. Yes, actually, Pap Sidiou. He was pretty fantastic
amazing.
as well.
He was amazing.
Yes, it was between him and Anthony Shear, not Michael Shear, Anthony Shear. Oh boy, how do I choose?
You don't have to choose. I can just edit it.
Oh yeah, you can just edit it. Well, let's edit it. Let's edit it to say Anthony Shear. Cut. Let's just edit it to say Papa Sidiou. Cut. Now you got to pick.
I'm really tempted to not pick and just be like, well, that's just making it in. Favourite film adaptation of a musical? See, this is the thing, because there are a lot of film musicals where I haven't seen it on stage. So it seems like an unfair comparison. Are you feeling okay?
I think I know what mine's going to be.
Is it going to be The Producers? Because you love The Producers.
No.
So the only musical where I've seen the film and seen it on stage, I think, is The Sound of Music. Yeah, I guess I'm going to say The Sound of Music if it has to be something where you've seen both versions. What were you laughing at?
I think mine is Cats.
No, you haven't seen the new movie Cats without me.
I did actually.
You didn't see it without me, Josh.
I'm sorry.
Josh.
I was in a vulnerable place.
Josh.
I know. I was in a vulnerable place and I kept it as quiet as I could.
We're having serious chats after this video is over.
Fine. But yes, it's Cats. And the reason I say Cats is because it's all well and good seeing something which kind of go, oh yeah, you know, the adaptation from one medium to the other works really, really well. It's one of those things where not only was it fine in the original medium, it also makes you kind of go back and go, who was the original one for exactly? And then making it into a film with that kind of hype around it makes you go, why? And who? And what?
You are really stretching the definition of favourite with that answer.
It's my favourite example of maybe why certain things should just be left in the medium they are. It is 100% an entertaining film, but not for the reasons I think the people making it thought it was going to be for.
I have no words.
I think you're enjoying this collab more than you realised you would.
What do you think is the most underrated musical?
I mean, if I was feeling really ironic, I'd say Hamilton.
What, because it's not hyped up enough? You know what doesn't get enough love? Hamilton. Actually, no, I think I know what it is. I think it's going to be Passion for me. And
okay.
The reason I say that is that I understand why it's not commercially very successful and it's not very well known as a Sondheim. But, like, it is a great show.
That's actually quite tricky for me just because I don't know that many musicals which didn't get the credit that they deserved. I know plenty which got more credit than they deserved. My notable mention here would probably be Jersey Boys, only because it's one of very few jukebox musicals which actually fits the medium quite well, whereas things like Let It Be just nah. Actually, I know what my underrated one is going to be. Urinetown, because that was fantastic.
Oh no, Urinetown was good, yeah.
It was fantastic, didn't get the credit it deserved, didn't last as long as it should have done, and didn't really get the respect that a show of that calibre and that subject get. I mean, it's incredibly cynical and dark and actually really quite miserable, which is why I love it.
I think it's because Urinetown is like almost a comedy musical, and I think that's why. I think people see the comedy, which was really satire, and they kind of missed like the deeper meaning underneath it. Yeah, I agree with you there. Overrated musical, Grease. I think Grease is so overrated.
Most overrated. I mean, oh Christ,
there's so many.
There's where to begin. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I kind of feel that for me, the most overrated musical going around at the moment is probably Lion King, just because if you've seen it recently,
brutal.
It has not aged well.
The musical that started this whole journey.
And then you come back to it 20 years later, and my first question is going, how the hell is this still going? Oh, right, because, you know, everyone basically grows up with Disney because Disney owns... It owned my childhood, it owned my parents' childhood. If we ever have children, it probably owned their childhood to a degree.
Disney is the daddy of our childhoods.
It really is. Disney defines most people's imagination and ideas of stories and narratives and characters, and as a result you kind of go back and you watch it and you go, okay, so you know, this is ostensibly the show that lights your imagination on fire, and you watch it now, and at the point that you're Disney and you're referencing things like Twitter, and you're kind of going, mate, you're Disney, you chewed up Marvel, Lucasfilm and Pixar for breakfast. People wish they could work for you. You don't need to start referencing other platforms that you don't own.
What musical made you cry?
Quite a few, actually. Come From Away springs to mind.
Yeah, Come From Away. I cried so much in Come From Away.
Oh, me too, me too. I saw a musical called Poppies a few years ago about the First World War. That made me cry a little bit.
Oh, I never got to see Poppies.
It's a good show.
For me, Come From Away and also Hamilton. I cried a lot in Hamilton. Not sure it counts, but I did cry, not during once, but on the way home from once. I cried about it. What musical made you laugh? Anything that's written well makes you laugh, if it's meant to make you laugh.
Sunday in the Park with George made me laugh.
Really?
Yeah, it did. It's a good show. It's got some funny moments in it.
Yeah, no, it does. When I think of shows that make me laugh, I don't think of Sunday, though.
No, I mean, Sunday's got so many good things going for it. You don't really think about the comedy until you go, oh yeah, that was funny.
It has some structural problems. I love Sunday in the Park with George. This isn't me, like, saying I hate it. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite Sondheims. Structurally, it has flaws. Every musical has flaws.
Oh my god, I think you'll find Sunday in the Park with George an absolute masterpiece.
I think I'm going to say The Producers.
Yeah.
The Producers is a funny show. I'm not gonna say the musical number. That is very controversial because I don't know if YouTube understands.
What springtime for that particular historical character?
Springtime for that evil dictator in that country. What exists?
I mean, to be fair, that can refer to a whole bunch of people from various other parts of the world.
Yes.
Look at you, Julius Caesar.
Are there any musicals you saw and hated?
I'm going to put it out there right now. I'd kind of like answer two questions with one. The previous one and this one, bend it like Beckham.
For me, I mean, we're being made redundant, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to have to say Pretty Woman.
Oh shit, I should have said the other one. The other one, the crap one. Strictly Ballroom, that's it.
See, I didn't hate Strictly Ballroom as much as you did.
Mate,
but for me, with Pretty Woman, it wasn't the performances or the direction necessarily or anything like that. It's just the writing. The characters were
Sucks.
the characters sucked, and Amy Akinson did so well with Vivian, is that the name of the character? Yeah. There was just so much that could have been explored with character arts that wasn't. Like the guy, Edward.
Even
is
though,
that the character? Edward, just no fault on the actors or the creative team. I just think that the character's really weak. And I've never seen the film, so maybe if I watched the film I would feel the same. It might just be Pretty Woman is not my thing, but yeah, I did not like that. I remember sitting in and being like, if I wasn't being paid to be here, I would leave.
Yeah, but then there's Strictly Ballroom, which was just a mess. An absolute...
Strictly Ballroom didn't know what it was.
Yeah, well,
I think that was the problem with Strictly Ballroom.
I feel like it did once upon a time when it was in Blackpool before I came to the West End.
Wasn't it in Leeds?
No, one of the two. And from what I understand, it was actually quite a good show, but then it came to the West End and whoever was running it or producing it completely lost faith in it and then went, let's put a celebrity in it and take all the songs out and replace them with top 10 hits from the past 30 years and that's going to make it better. And, spoiler alert, it did not.
What musical do you want to see as a film? I want to start this. Now, see, I honestly don't think, in terms of live action, musicals always work as films. I think older movie musicals do, so like the old Rodgers and Hammerstein's King and I, Sound of Music, My Fair Lady. I know that wasn't Rodgers and Hammerstein, but like that era of movie musicals I think really work. But I think now, unless you wanted to go like Moulin Rouge-esque and really stylize it, but I don't think there are a lot of filmmakers who are confident enough to stylize live action to the extent that it needs. Like La La Land. I don't know if this will make it in. I might just do a separate video on it. But with La La Land, especially the vocal quality of everyone, it just felt kind of half-assed, and they didn't commit to the fact that it was a musical. The production value of it was very cinematic, and like obviously you had the big dance number at the beginning of whatever, that was nice. But the vocals just, it wasn't like you were in a musical. It was like, we're just going to record some people kind of singing along to a track in their living room. But everyone's so focused on the realism of stuff, and with musicals you have to suspend your disbelief, therefore trying to make it seem realistic but everyone is singing just doesn't work. That's why I think Disney animation musicals work so well. I guess things that I would love to see would be like, in terms of my favourite musicals, would be like Ragtime, Come From Away, like a film of Hamilton. But also I think, take Come From Away for example, if you were going to make that into a film, I don't think it should be a musical. I think it should be a film about what happened. Do you know what I mean? That was very long. I'm probably going to cut that down. What are your thoughts?
So, musical to film.
Yes.
Gypsy? Could be a laugh.
Doesn't Gypsy have a film?
I don't know.
I'm not going to Google it, so we'll go with that.
Great, and if it does, please comment below.
Which musicals are you dying to see?
Oh, mate.
We were meant to see Sunday.
In the Park with George, not just Sunday. Not just, just us.
Today is Sunday, so we've already seen it. But yeah, no, we were meant to see Sunday in the Park with George, and yay COVID, for your birthday, and I'm sorry. But, so I would be dying to see that.
I still am. I just have to wait however many years before they do it again.
You know what I did really want to see, even though I auditioned for it and didn't get the part? The Wicker Husband. I would have really liked to see that show, because I've known about that show for a while. But their first and last performance was not the day of lockdown, the week before, when most of the theatres shut. And I would have really loved to have gone up to the Watermill Theatre and seen it.
Scotsborough Boys, that's another one I would have
Scotsborough Boys is so good.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it ever?
I didn't see it.
I saw it.
Was the one in 2014, that was at the Young Vic. It was Young Vic, and I wanted to see that. But
The Young Vic?
Yeah, the Young Vic did it 2014.
Did it? Because I saw it at the Garrick Theatre in the West End. Did it transfer to the West End after?
Might have done.
Might have been the same production. But yeah, no, that was amazing. Any movie or book you think should be turned into a musical?
Oh, where to start? I think just to see how they do it, and just to see the kind of musical they somehow pull out of it. Two really obscure films, then one slightly more mainstream one. So the first one is Rat Race, if anyone remembers that film, from like 2001.
No.
With, who was it? It was like John Cleese, Rowan Atkinson. But I'd love to see that film made into a musical, just cause. Hangover, make that a musical, please.
What, The Hangover?
Yes. I'd say Breaking Bad, but that's already been done, allegedly. Allegedly.
There'll be a link in the description.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then another one I'd really like to see, another film I'd really like to see, not Star Wars, it's way too obvious, and also that'd be a crap musical. You couldn't make that interesting in musical.
Yeah, but you could have actual tap dancing stormtroopers, not just...
Yeah, but I feel like I can get that anywhere anyway.
Oh, okay.
They're not exactly a rarity. You can get stormtroopers doing just about anything these days, and I think that's absolutely fine, but I don't need a whole other film made where I can just watch tap dancing stormtroopers on the decks of the Death Star, okay? I don't feel we need that.
Wow.
We've already got
Okay.
it. We've already got someone out there has already done that. We need 100% a musical of the Tommy Wiseau film The Room.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's one of those things where, like, I don't think it would work, but I want to see it happen.
Exactly. Sometimes you have...
Sometimes you have to experiment. You have to break new ground.
Absolutely.
You know? You need pioneers.
Precisely. And sometimes you know something's a bad idea. Sometimes you know it could be a catastrophe. But you have to know how much of a catastrophe it's going to be.
I think Beloved would be interesting to see if you could make that into a musical. I don't know how, but I think it would be interesting. And I don't know, I think I'm going through an Avatar The Last Airbender phase, so I think that's the only reason why I'm like, Avatar The Last Airbender, the musical.
I don't know, we already had one film of that, and that didn't do very well.
I know. But then also, I think the scope of Avatar The Last Airbender wouldn't work because it's so big. I'm not very good at answering this question, so we're just going to move on. Last question. 19, that's an odd number of questions. What is your all-time favourite musical? Ragtime.
Well, it's Come From Away, obviously.
So that was the musical theatre tag. How do you feel?
Pretty great.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously it's different. There's another person here.
Sup.
Sup. If you want to see more of Josh and both of us talking about theatre things, because we are both theatre people, let us know in the comments. It'll probably be more light-hearted things like this.
And hopefully one day we'll be big enough to do an ad read for Raid Shadow Legends!
Could you do Raid Shadow Legends, the musical?
Yes!
Yes!
That is the musical I want to see.
That's what we need to see.
That is the musical.
Raid Shadow Legends.
The musical.
If you're in the mood for paying me to shill you to my 106 subscribers, we will make a video of Raid Shadow Legends, the musical.
Yep.
And you can sponsor us to do it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me to grow my channel. Stay tuned for more theatre content from a UK perspective. Maybe with Josh, maybe not. Who knows? And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends.
Goodbye.
I'm too hot to do another take of that.
That's fine.
Do you think it's fine?
You know what? I think that we achieved something today, sweetie.
Did we?
I really believe we did.